What's up, guys? Dave1 to today's little quick video for you guys. Now that I'm back in New York, I spent the weekend in Rochester, my hometown, because my buddy had his wedding. I was his best man, so I was out of commission for about like 4 or 5 days. And now that I'm back, I'm exhausted and from all the travel and stuff like that. And I left my phone charger, so like my phone's like dead, and I have to wait for the new cable in the mail. So I can't actually film myself either. So I might as well just do one of these really cheesy cop-out screen grab vids, and lo and behold, we got some new cards to go over. So I kind of lucked out on that one. But anyway, guys, let's get started on some of these new cards at the new V-Jump December 2016 booster pack announcements. Ooh. Alright, so we got some stuff from this Fusion Enforcers thing, which I'm going to skip because I don't really care about it, and frankly, none of it's particularly interesting anyway. But what I want to talk about is this 20th anniversary pack. How cool is this? Konami's like, yeah, you know, this game's been out for 20 years. We probably should do something fun as opposed to something shitty like we always do. So let's give you some cards. The first one we got was Elemental Hero Honesty NEOS. Honesty NEOS? Honestly, he's a level 7 light warrior type monster with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. That seems familiar. He can only use each of his effects once per turn. During either player's turn, quick effect, you can discard this card. Then target one hero monster you control gains 2500 attack until the end of this turn. Woot! Hey, that's not bad. I mean, a lot of times your opponent gets over Dark Law by attacking over it, so giving them a hero-specific Honest is kind of cool, and that might actually be where he gets his name now that I'm actually reading the card and thinking about it. And his second effect is during either player's turn, you can discard one hero monster. This card gains attack equal to that monster's attack until the end of the turn, which is interesting because that means if he's on the field, he can Honest himself. Obviously not for necessarily as giant of an attack boost, but at least, you know, it's kind of neat if you do somehow manage to actually get this thing on board, presumably summoning it from the graveyard after discarding it for its first effect. You know, it gives it some self-protection, gets heroes in the grave, so you can set up some Call Haunted plays with Shadow Mist and things like that. It's kind of neat, I guess, but you know, this is probably the thing that anyone would actually care about. And this is the card that I am really excited about. Harpie Featherstorm. Yes, I love Harpies. It's one of my favorite decks. It's one of the first decks I ever played that was remotely competitive. So I'm actually really excited to see some actual support for the deck because, frankly, it could use it. Because it's like so close to being a good deck. It's so close. It just needs a little bit more of a boost because it doesn't quite keep hand advantage like it should, despite the fact that Hysteric Sign is just ridiculous. But the fact that you need, you know, to discard Harpies to use Chandler means you're really burning through your advantage. And if you don't have Harpist in hand, you really can't recycle it. It's like, but it almost does. It almost does. It's so close, and it has an amazing Pendulum matchup. What was it? The last locals tournament I played, I took Harpies, and the only game I won was a match against Metal Foes, and I absolutely just wrecked them because they couldn't keep a scale and they couldn't keep their traps they were searching on board for more than a turn, so they just couldn't use any of it. And he just fizzled out. His deck just couldn't play because he couldn't keep board advantage. So it's like Harpies do have some really, really interesting things they can do. So it's really nice to see them actually getting support because they're like almost a good deck. Anyway, it's a normal trap card, which, oh, god damn it, Konami. Okay, fine, what does it do? If you control a Harpie monster, you can activate this card's effect from your hand. Oh, thank God. You scared me there with that normal trap bullshit. If you control a Wing Beast type monster, negate all of your opponent's activated monster effects until the end of this turn. I'm assuming that this is kind of a rough translation, but that's a really strange way of putting it. I think this means your opponent can activate monster effects until the end of the turn. So that's well, maybe not. Maybe it's just negate them as soon as they activate, like a weird triggery skill drain, maybe? I don't know. That might be a rough translation. But okay, that's pretty good, because Zero Fine is actually a really, really good card, but you do have to summon it and activate its effect and hope it doesn't get Selim stricken like 4 times before it actually resolves. So, you know, hey, that's kind of neat that we have an in-theme card to do the same freaking thing. Plus, it does have a second effect. If this card in the spell trap zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Harpie's Feather Duster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. What? Oh my god. This is the best. Because this is, if this card is in the spell trap zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, okay, fine. You know, that's what it is. Boo. If it was just destroyed by a card effect, it would be fucking broke, because you could destroy it with your own Hysteric Sign, or, sorry, Harpie's Hunting Ground, and then get a search, but, you know, fuck you guys. But hey, it searches Harpie's Feather Duster. How cool is that? That's just the freaking tits. I love that shit. It gets it from the grave, it gets it from the deck, so if it was to come back, you know, for the TCG to like 1, it wouldn't matter because you can get it out of the grave, so you can keep using it. Woot, woot. And you know, it really might actually get off the ban list, because it's actually, I think, getting a reprint in the set. So hey, when we get this set, we might be getting the Harpies off the ban list, because that would sell the set, wouldn't it? And Harpie's Feather Dust is a good card. And then the other 2 cards that, you know, were revealed are interesting. We got this Power Wall thing. It says, during damage calculation, when you would take battle damage from an opponent's monster attack, send 1 card from your top of your deck to the graveyard for each 500 damage you would take, so that the damage you take becomes 0. Really interesting. Basically, if you get swung at for an obscene amount of damage, you can mill 5 or 6 cards off the top of your deck, which is kind of cool, actually. But it's kind of a sloppy mill card, only because you gotta get attacked and it's gotta survive the battle phase and all that other hooey. But it's an interesting card, and there might be a deck that can use it more proficiently than I can just think of off the top of my head. And then we got some pseudo Dark Magician support, I guess. Chaos Scepter Blast. That's cool if that's what it gets called, because that's what DMOC uses in the show. Activate if you control a level 8 or higher spellcaster type monster. Banish 1 card face down. Hey, that's not bad. It doesn't seem to target, so that's really cool, and it banishes the card face down. It has to be on the field, of course. So, hey, that makes it harder to get back, you know, because cards face down are really annoying to get out of the banish pile. So that's really cool, and you just have to have a level 8 or higher spellcaster type monster, so it doesn't necessarily have to be DMOC, so that's kind of cool. And if this card is in your spell or trap zone is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Magician of Black Chaos or Dark Magician of Chaos from your deck, ignoring their summoning conditions. Which is basically, that's to cover Magician of Black Chaos being a ritual monster, and you really couldn't just cheese it out of the deck unless it said this. Now that's kind of cool. This is in the same vein as the Harpie card, where it's like it's got to be killed by your opponent's bullshit. So, you know, if they play it shift face down and then they twin twister it, you get a free DMOC, which is kind of cool, I guess. But we already have a free DMOC card, so that seems kind of silly. But, you know, it's kind of neat, I guess. It might actually see some play. I don't know. I mean, it's a quick play, so that's kind of cool, I suppose. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these V-Jump cards. I think they're kind of cool. They're a nice little surprise coming back from Rochester to sit down at my desktop here and kind of review organization, see what's been going on since I've been gone. And it's cool cards. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And remember, guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time. What? No. No! Oh.